Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Anya Carson. I am with the Indiana Minority Health Coalition as a public policy intern, and I am here today at the Healthy Life Organic Greenhouse. So thank you, and we are ready to get started. We have a few special guests today. If everyone could go around and introduce yourself.
Sure. Hi, Christina McDougal, Executive Director of Hoosier Farmers Market Association, here in support of local food access.
Hi, my name is Katy, Crist. I'm with Open Door Health Services. And because we serve a population that is lower income, we're always interested in learning about how to help people in the food desert, which we are in. So very excited to be here.
Hi, I'm Naima Gardner. I'm an intern with the Indiana Minority Health Coalition. This summer we've really been focused on healthy food access. I've been involved in organizing a series of local town hall meetings across the state, so I'm really excited to learn about this greenhouse.
Hi, I'm State Representative Sue Errington, District 34, which is Muncie. I'm very interested in knowing about this facility because there are a lot of hungry people in Muncie. I know there are organizations that are working to help alleviate that hunger, places like Second Harvest, Edible Muncie, the Whiteley Community Council has been talking about food deserts, so I think the more places we have that can help serve and make healthy foods available to people, the better.
And I'm Phyllies Beatty. I'm with the Health Coalition of Delaware County, or Minority Health Coalition of Delaware County. I'm here because Delaware County is a food desert, and like Open Door, we serve low-income families. So I'm just here to observe and see what you have to offer.
Hi, I'm Hannah Bauer, and I'm also with IMHC interning this summer. And I've been helping out with Naima with the Healthy Food Access town hall meetings and just spreading the word about food deserts and food access.
Hi, my name is Jeff Ginn. This is my wife Laura. We own Healthy Life Organics, and we're here to give you a tour today.
Perfect, so we'll just get started right into it.
Okay. Up here on my podium real quick. This is an aquaponics system. It uses fish waste to fertilize the plants, and the plants clean the water before it goes back to the fish. This is one circulating system where there's no waste. The difference between hydroponics and aquaponics is hydroponics, you have to add salts and you have to drain the system like every 3 months, I believe it is. So the nutrient profile, when you have to drain it, it keeps going up and down. I have a steady nutrient profile, which is why my plants grow so well. In this tank behind me, this is a 250-gallon tank. There's 500 Georgia Giant hybrid bluegill in here. And that is my nutrient source for all the fish. The next, around the corner over here, there's another tank, and it's a vertical flow separator. The water flows, any uneaten fish feed or fish waste goes down, comes up inside that, and bubbles up over the top. So all the solid waste gets caught in the middle. And I can take that out if I need to, depending on how many nutrients I need in the system. And then the next unit down is a wastewater conversion unit. It's a series of shelves in there, and as that water boils up in there, the nutrients settle on those shelves, and it's basically another vertical flow separator. Then it flows into the system. The water flows all the way down, and there's a standpipe at the end. When the water level gets high enough, it flows down into that standpipe, comes all the way back down in here and back to the pump. This one pump runs the entire system, all 10 of these troughs. Each trough contains 5 trays. So there's 25 on top and 25 on the bottom, and right now they're all full. I've got some external things going on. You can see my tomatoes here. We planted those June 13th. With seed. By seed, June 13th. Yeah, and as you can see, yeah, it's crazy how fast it grows. This is all kale right here. It's a Macento Tuscan kale. That first tray up there is some chives, parsley, and on the top row, you can't really see it there, that's all basil up there. These are some rogue pepper plants that we got going that are going to end up coming out. These here are tomatoes that are going to go over here in this system. This is all lettuce. There's a 5-week growing cycle for our lettuce, from seed to harvest, which is a lot faster than normal agriculture. This uses 10% of the water that normal agriculture uses, with zero waste. There's no waste at all. I add 60 gallons of water in the wintertime a week and 80 gallons in the summertime. That is from plant transpiration and normal evaporation. The big black tank right here, that's a 500-gallon rainwater collection tank. It's hooked straight to my downspouts. So I'm catching the rainwater off the plastic. It runs right down in there, and that's what I use to backfill because it's pH neutral water, which is what the plants like. My hose for my well is a higher pH, so I control the pH in my system, but depending on which hose I use to backfill it, so I can maintain a perfect pH all the time. Makes it very, very nice. As I said, we planted these June 13th from seed. And as you can see, they're stretched over, so they're about 10 feet tall. And what, is that 2 months? Yeah. Yeah, so that's, and you can see it's just loaded with tomatoes. And they are fantastic. You're more than welcome. If you find some ripe ones, go ahead and try them if you like.
Are those Romas?
They are. They are. These right here. Anybody want to try one?
Anybody want to try a tomato?
Anyone?
Sure.
Hey, these are fantastic right there.
Wow.
Those are called grape tomatoes.
So you have what, 4 varieties?
Yes. Well, yes. There's Washington cherries. There's the Romas, black cherry, and saladettes. Yes. These are my cucumbers here. They're just getting started. You can see they're growing kind of funky. I think the tomatoes are taking away all my nutrients. Those have been there for 4 weeks. This is all pak choi here. This is romaine lettuce. That's kohlrabi there. This is Swiss chard. And this is just some mint we put in here sporadically that keeps up on top we have 10 trays of bush beans. And you want to taste, sister? The quality of this produce is just so much better. That's what really sold me on the system. When I went out to see the R&D facility where they make this, he just kept handing me produce, and here, try this. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe how much better that is. And that's what really sold me on this system. So the 45-minute drive it took me to get back from Red Key to here, I was convinced that I had to have one of these. And I spent about 6 or 7 months trying to find the downside, and I couldn't find it. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger, and less than a year later, here's what I have. Now on the wall over here behind you, that's our strawberry tower. It's not quite planted yet because they like cool weather. But there'll be 150 strawberry plants in there. All of it's fed out of this system here. All of it's getting the high nutrient water, constant flow. So that's the secret to growing it this well.
And then are we able to like see the fish in the tank or?
You might be able to.
Are these blue lakes or something else? They're good.
Those are bush beans.
Oh, bush beans.
Yep, they are very good, aren't they? We eat them, we just eat them raw, put them on top of a salad, eat them like that. But like I said, we've got 10 trays of them up top, so we're gonna have plenty. I don't know if they're going to cooperate. They're usually kind of skittish. Yeah, this is just not their normal feeding time or anything, so.
I'm gonna walk around.
about 500 fish in a 250 gallon tank. So they're packed in there quite tight.
Yeah.
But there's cooling fish, they love that. The last batch I grew was yellow perch. Those grew fantastic. We didn't have any trouble there.
Really?
So this time we tried to do the Georgia giant hybrid losers. They get about that big.
Oh, really?
Yes.
In there?
Well, we're not going to let them get that big. We'll harvest them before that.
Okay.
So now why do you keep it covered like that?
Just to keep it there so algae doesn't grow. All these are covered by the trays, so the sun really doesn't get down in there. But the fish tank was vulnerable, so we went ahead and covered that. This room here behind you, that's where I start my seeds. We just planted everything, so that's why there's nothing running. It's the same concept. We got that tank down there at the bottom. That pumps water up in there, and it flows through the plants and it goes right back into the tank, and it's always circulating. And we just fill it up right out of the system with that nutritious water.
So can you tell us about like your daily routine, like your maintenance of the greenhouse?
First thing in the morning, we come out and we feed the fish every morning. We do a water test. We check the nitrites, the nitrates, the ammonia, the pH, the iron, and the temperature. We check that every day. Also, sporadically, we take a water sample up to Indiana Microbial. Can't remember the name of it. It's up on McDougal. They test our water, and everything's come back fine. The big day is harvest day. That's when all the work starts. It's quite a bit of work there. But you know, we're in a greenhouse, so it's very rewarding. Laura likes it out here because it's always warm, and especially in the wintertime, we come out here and we can be out here in t-shirts. And when the sun's out, we don't even need heat out here because the polycarbonate walls warms everything up. It'll be 17 outside, and it'll be 60 in here with no heat at all. Now at night, I've got an LP heater. A Modine heater hanging up on the wall, that keeps it at 60 degrees. That's where I try to keep it in the wintertime because the lettuce really likes it, the kale, anything like that really likes it. The basil on top, if it gets below 60, it'll turn black. It doesn't like that. It likes the heat. So that's why we've got on the tops. It's a little bit warmer up there, so that works out well. As far as other maintenance, we do some pruning, planting when we need to, when we harvest. This is set up to harvest and rear sequentially. So we can plant 5 trays down at this end and harvest 5 trays every week down at the other end. And they come right out here, go into there, go to the other end, they come out.
So how many different types of products would you say you grow in your greenhouse?
Right now, about a dozen.
About a dozen, and is there any specific reasoning behind your selection? Is it for health or?
Well, it's just what's in demand. That's what we really went for. The basil, that's the #1 selling herb. I mean, everybody likes basil. Kale, with everybody being health conscious now, kale is really catching on. Of course, lettuce, everybody wants lettuce, and tomatoes and cucumbers. There's the 5 staple that everybody wants, so we try to grow that. And we throw in strawberries, because everybody likes strawberries. Blueberries, we really can't grow in here because of the pH. They like a 6 or 5.5, I believe, pH. Well, all my pH has to be the same. That's the only downside of this. Now I could grow them outside the system and adjust the pH before they went in there. There's not a big blueberry market right now, so we just didn't mess with that. We wanted to grow everything we could, and just in the water that we have. So that's the way we've been doing this.
All right.
Can you tell us a little bit about your involvement with the community?
I got involved with Glenn Barber from the ASIA. ASIA stands for Environmentally Controlled Sustainable Integrated Agriculture. Environmentally controlled, that's obvious. Sustainable is because there's no waste, and it's a recirculating system. Integrated because it married hydroponics and aquaponics. It's a perfect match, and of course agriculture. As far as our involvement in the community, we've had people from the Ivory Coast here. We've had people from Jamaica, Aruba, just a lot of people. Professors from Ball State, Second Harvest, Food Bank. What we try to do is we don't try to waste anything. So anything that's left over, we take it out to Tim Keene out of Second Harvest, and they're happy to get it, and they use it, so we know it's not going to waste. Ideally, we started this so Laura and I could be home and not have to go somewhere to work to make a a modest living and be able to help people eat healthy food. Because right now the food that you're getting is, most of it comes from Southern California or Mexico, which is thousands of miles away. It takes several days to get here. So what they're spraying on that to make it fresh by the time it gets here that's my big concern. There's nothing sprayed on here. We don't spray anything on this, and you can tell by the way it tastes. It's fantastic food, and we just want to help people live healthier lives. That's how we came up with the name of our business.
That makes sense.
Where do you sell your food?
We were selling all to one restaurant here in Muncie, but they shut down to rebrand. It was the Barn Brasserie. And now we've set up a CSA model, Community Supported Agriculture. We've got, we've got a few right now, but we're going to get 25 people, and they buy shares at the beginning of the season. And then they get a box of produce every week. Keeping it down to 25 people, we can actually cater to exactly what these people want. So they're getting what they're not getting things they don't like, so we're going to give them what they want. Now when we get bigger, we just added the second row of troughs up here just a couple weeks ago. And we believe we can do 50 people out here a week. So we're not going to be able to cater to each person as tight as we can now. But I think with feedback from them, we'll set up a website where we can get, okay, what would you like us to grow? And like I said, most of this is 5 weeks from seed to fruit, or from seed to harvest. So we can grow things pretty quick, and it's year round. That's kind of our niche, is it's year round.
My daughter lives in Raleigh, North Carolina, and she participates in one of those
CSA,
and gets a box of food.
Yes. It's just so much better, the produce. That's like I said, that's what really sold me on this system, was the quality of it. It wasn't really, the monetary side to be able to make money. It was just how good the food is. That really did it for me. I would like to eat. So.
And your tomatoes are remarkably smooth. The texture is remarkably smooth.
They're getting everything they need. The nutrient profile in this water is exactly what they need, and that's just provided by the fish. We don't have to do anything. Like I said, our inputs is fish feed and water and seeds.
When you think about eating healthy and eating local, organic, what is what's your hierarchy that you personally use in making your food decisions?
As far as what we plant?
In terms of what you plant and then what you personally eat and buy?
We don't eat as healthy as we should. We ended up, seems like a lot of times we end up at a drive-thru because we're so busy, but I personally, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I think the health food industry and big ag is all together, and it's not a good combination because it's money driven. I don't like that, because anything you have to spray on the food, like Roundup Ready seeds, I'm not a big fan of that, because sure, they can go spray it on all the plants and no other weeds are going to go around it, but as far as I know, humans aren't Roundup Ready. So that really did it for me. That was our motivation, was to get healthy food out to, first of all our friends and family, and then whatever we got left, anybody else that wants it, So, it's a win-win any way you look at it, because we're providing healthy food and not something that's been sprayed with who knows what.
And we get all of our seeds organic too.
Yeah, everything we get from Johnny Seeds, which is a very reputable seed company, and we buy all organic. We germinate most of it in the house until they just popped up, and they go right into here. After they get 4 leaves on them, they come out of here, go straight into there, and about 4 weeks later, we're harvesting.
How feasible would it be to do this on a much larger scale?
There is a commercial market of the size of this. It's 4 1,200-gallon tanks, and I believe it's 1,000 of those troughs. Right, and he's sold, Glenn Barber, he's sold several of these. There's one going in Lincoln, Nebraska. There's actually one of these smaller systems like this at Wapahani High School right now. They feed the kids in the cafeteria out of that, and then what's left over, the teachers and the public come to the school to buy that produce. Who would ever thought you'd come to a school to buy produce? But that's what it is. And like you said, with the food deserts we have nowadays, this is a huge bridge to bridge that gap. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen there. There's one of these systems in Aruba. They put it in an orphanage down there. All the orphans are running it. Katy, I'm sorry. The orphans are running the entire thing, and you know the devastation they had down there. Most of those kids don't know their real names because they're, you know, in the situation they've been in. So now they are running that entire orphanage, feeding themselves, but now they have enough to produce a revenue stream. It's devastated down there. They've come in and logged everything, and you know the natural disasters that went through down there wiped out everything else, and it's in bad shape down there. And this, if the kids don't eat food out of the system, they get the rice and beans from American Aid that's sent down there to them. That's all they have to eat. A lot of them didn't know what cucumbers were, what beans were. They'd never seen it. And now they're eating extremely healthy food. Another win-win situation. This is an ideal system to set up somewhere like that. And this can all be set up in a day. And it'll take about 3 or 4 days to get the water circulating where you want it, and then you can add plants. What you have to do is you have to supplement with a organic fish emulsion fertilizer. It's basically ground up fish after they fillet the fish and get the meat out of it. They grind everything up, and that's the fertilizer. Put that in there for a couple days until the plants get a good root system. Then you can add your fish. Then you're off to the races. This is less than a year old. This entire building and everything is less than a year old. Yeah.
So then with the fish, are you feeding them then an organic, non-GMO?
Yes,
feed
that's right.
Here?
Yep. We get that from Ziegler Feeds is where we get that, and it is an organic feed. And they actually have, if we needed extra nutrients, say we were growing one thing,
Yeah.
they could actually add the nutrients to that feed. It would pass right to the fish and go straight to the plants, and they would get what they need. But this is just our basic core bluegill feed, organic. Have more questions?
What's the cost of
It depends. I've got about 75,000 wrapped up in everything, but it all depends on the size of the system you get if you buy it from Messiah, which I would highly recommend because they've fixed all the problems. Aquaponics has been around for a long time. They've fixed all the problems they've had with it. And all the plastic you see is a food grade plastic, which doesn't leach any chemicals. Most aquaponic systems, they have a wooden frame, they line it with plastic, fill it with water, and off you go. And it works. But the problem with that is that after it gets to 85 degrees, all that plastic is going to leach chemicals. This doesn't leach any chemicals. That makes it kind of nice. And the way it's all designed is the most efficient I've seen. I mean, it's truly incredible. All the big ag is not real happy about this. Monsanto and all that, they're not a big fan of this. But I mean, what can they do? We're trying to bring food back to a local level and make it available to everybody, not just the big box stores. So, and we don't really want anything to do with soybeans or corn. Big ag has that figured out. We don't, we're not going to infringe on that. But as far as local produce like this, that's healthy, organic, this is the way to go. It's very healthy food. Glenn Barber, the guy that designed all this, he's taking plant biopsies from here. I'm probably not supposed to say their names, but other grocery stores and organic food stores, and they're going to get plant biopsies and see the difference and see what the nutrient content is in our plants compared to theirs. And that's going to be a very good marketing tool for us. So I can't wait to see those. That's going to happen here real soon. So I'm really happy to see about that.
I would be interested to make like 2 separate meals with like superfood, organic food, and then like not locally bought, but grocery bought produce, and kind of see if there's like a taste difference. I know, Katy, you've done healthy food demonstrations through your organization.
Yeah,
Can you just talk about that?
Well, every year we celebrate National Health Center Week. It's a fun week for us. And so the past 2 years we have done a health fair for the community, open for anyone that wants to come. So we do some health tips and some things like that, offer some blood pressure screenings, but we also do some food demonstrations, which is a good way to teach people how to cook in a healthy way, to show them that it is easy, and that you can use produce from the store that can be pretty cheap, but also we offer a farmer's market every Thursday at our building. So teaching them how to take, you know, the produce and healthy stuff like that and turn it into something that is good, but also tastes really good too, because some people can be nervous about taking vegetables and cooking with them because they're not really sure how that's going to end up. So teaching them that it can be healthy but also really good too. So it's been a great opportunity for us. So.
Well, that's really interesting, Jeff. Could you sort of tell us, like in total by week, how much of your product that you give away, or
Do we give away?
well, not give away necessarily, but the community uses?
Well, yeah, recently we just added that top row of troughs. Well, that slowed us down quite a bit because we had to add water to that, and then we had to get that nutrient profile back up to where it needs to be, which is just time. That's all it takes to do that. Is the fish take care of it. They do all the work. It just takes time. So as you can see, all that is very small right there. We just pre-planted everything. We, like I said, we were selling everything to one restaurant in Muncie, and they were buying 12 pounds of kale every week, 24 head of lettuce, and all the beans and all the tomatoes we could give them. And then anything left over went to Second Harvest Food Bank. We tried to waste anything. As far as, yeah, we're still in our infancy. We're just getting started here.
Yeah.
And it's about to take off. As soon as we get that CSA model going full tilt, it'll be much better. And like I said, in the winter time, it's much easier to maintain the temperature in here. Because I can't get any cooler than it is outside, but I can keep it warm.
Yes.
So I try to maintain about a 60-degree temperature, which all the lettuces and kale, they love that. And, you know, that's a big seller. And I'm not answering your question.
No, you did fine. You said that there are shares that people can purchase. Where would I go to find the information about?
I can give you all that.
Okay.
I'll give you all that. I'll give you a copy of the contract, and you can look it over, and you can share with whoever you want.
Perfect.
I have a question.
Sure.
A couple weeks ago at one of our town halls, one of our panelists talked a lot about kind of having a similar thing like this, but at home that she has just in her backyard. Do you know anything about that? And if that's kind of a reasonable thing that people, in terms of affordability?
You can easily do that. I mean, if you want, you can get on YouTube, and it'll show you exactly how to do it.
Okay.
Like I said, the only problem with that is a lot of it is the plastic is going to leach chemicals. So if you want organic, then this is not going to be, that's not going to be what you want. You're going to want something like this. But it is very feasible for like a family to feed themselves.
And do you think it would pay for itself eventually?
You can set this up in your garage, do supplemental lighting. You wouldn't even need to be out. You wouldn't need a greenhouse. You could do this in your garage, and you could feed your whole family, and it would be so much better quality produce than you're going to be able to buy.
Do you think it would pay for itself pretty quickly in terms of, okay.
There's, on the bigger systems, there's an 18-month return on investment.
Okay.
We started out with the 5 troughs. It's the smallest one they sell. So that's about a 2.5, 3-year return. So we just added the top row troughs. So that's going to double that, obviously. But Laura and I, we put up our own money to do all this. We didn't borrow anything to do this.
That was my question. Did you tap in any of the federal nutrition programs?
We haven't done any of that. Laura's been in accounting her whole life, and I'm a journeyman tool and die maker by trade. So neither one of us knew anything about farming. But, you know, after I had a motorcycle accident back in 2004, I've been in the chair ever since. We wanted to find something where we could both stay home, be together, and you know, pay our bills. And then anything left over was gravy. So that's what we've done so far, and we're just about there. We're right on the cusp of being able to do all that.
That's great. Awesome. Does anyone else have any questions or?
My favorite lettuce that I grow at home is Butter Crunch.
We have butterhead.
It's about the same?
It's probably the same thing, yes.
Oh, I
We
love that
had
lettuce.
a lot of that growing in here, but like I said, the heat last week was 95 outside, so it was like 100 and a little over 100 in here. Well, my lettuce bolted. It all went straight up instead of pouring into a head. And it tastes better when you do that. So we tore it all out. There's probably 10 trays we ended up basically throwing
That's
away.
why everything, see all the new and
That's
all
why
that
everything's
new
new.
stuff.
We got on Johnny's website, and they had a summer lettuce. So that's what we planted down. And it's not supposed to bolt like that. So, and the weather's starting to cool down, so everything's starting to go in our favor now. Finally.
Can you talk a little bit about the cultural relevancy of food. Like I know we were talking about that earlier before we started the tour, but in terms of consumer demand and what we know is high nutrient density with food, and kind of where you guys are in terms of making those decisions with fighting.
Obviously, everybody knows that there is food deserts. We're in one, what I was told, is that correct? Why not have everybody having healthy food? Why? You know, I keep going back to the same thing, but that's what it's all about. Is you got healthy organic food, or you can buy stuff that has been treated with something. And I think that's, like I said again, that's personally my opinion, but I think that's contributing to a lot of the illnesses we've had here lately, all the cancers, and I don't know if that's true or not, but you know, with the increase in cancer rates and you know, disabilities with children. I know Glenn, the guy that he started this, his motivation was his son was diagnosed as paranoid schizophrenic, and the doctor said, well, you need to switch him completely to organic feed or food, and so he did that. But he was driving from Red Key all the way down to Whole Foods down in Indianapolis to get his organic food. Well, that's not sustainable to drive that far every week and get your. So he started doing research. Spent 6 years doing nothing but this, working with several professors, several universities, and came up with this system. And I think it's ideal. It's going to take off, and it's going to be huge. And I'm very happy to be in on the ground floor of this and see where it goes. They're moving their headquarters up to Marion, Indiana. That's going to be the Acai World headquarters. They're putting in a large system like this. They're putting in Eco Village, which Scott Truex from Ball State is right in the middle of. And people are going to, anybody wants to buy the system, they'll go up there and they'll train for a week, stay in this Eco Village, get training on this for a full 5 to 7 days, depending how long it takes. And then if they want to buy one of the systems, they get the cost of staying up there, they get that refunded after they buy the system. So, Mr. Barber's motivation behind this isn't to make a lot of money, it's to feed the world. He's changed agriculture, is what he's done. I think this is going to be the new form of agriculture. You're still going to have the corn and soybeans because you got to have it. You know, everything's made with corn, unfortunately, which has very little nutritional value. This has very high nutritional value, and once I get the biopsies back to see exactly what those values are, I'll be sharing those with everybody.
Anyone else have any other questions?
I have a question. So once you guys kind of get to the point that you feel like you've grown and you're kind of, you know, you can spread out, how do you plan on spreading the word about what you guys are doing, you know, getting people in to buy food and do that kind of stuff?
Well, right now we're going to, like I said, we're going to focus on 25 people for the CSA. We really want to cater to them. And I believe once people start tasting this food, you know, they're going to say, here, try this. You know, where did you get that?
Yeah.
Then they're going to get a phone call.
Yeah.
And our plan is to have 2 more greenhouses out that direction. So, you know, we want to build it up where we can feed all our CSA customers, still donate some to Second Harvest, and anybody else that, you know, we can feed. Our goal is 0 waste. And so far we've done that pretty well. Underneath the trays, they're not in there yet, but there's going to be crayfish that go underneath there. Anything we prune off, we throw down underneath there, and they eat that. And they eat the dead roots off the bottom of the plants, which increases the growth rate on the plant. I'll harvest 400 of those crayfish every 90 days, and then replace them and do it again. So there's so many outputs and so little inputs. That's what makes this so efficient.
Yeah. Now, will you be able to put more trays over on this side of the building? Or?
Yeah, that's why I built this so big. I'm going to put another 2 more rows over here. And I've been working with Voc Rehab. They're getting me a track chair, which is it's just a regular chair, but it's got like, I call them tank tracks. That's what it looks like. But it'll stand me up. I can reach my top trays, I can reach my tomatoes, and I can reach my strawberries. So
And I don't have to climb a ladder anymore.
So, I mean, and we've had a gentleman from up Marion. He came in and doubled my system for me. Most generous guy I've ever seen. He didn't know me for a few months, and he sold me what he saw. And he said, you need another system to be able to, do what you're doing. I said, I realize that, but I sunk everything I've had into this one. He said, and then he just come out one day, and here comes the truck, and in one day, they doubled it. They put that rack on there and all those troughs. And then it took me about another week and a half to get it all plumbed up, and off the races we go. So there's a lot of interest, local interest, in this taking off. And like I said, if Big Ag doesn't come in with their lawyers and try to shut everything down, it's going to be huge. And I don't think they're going to be able to. After they start getting so big, we're here. We're not going anywhere. It's just the money problem. That's the only thing I really worry about, because they can throw so much money at it and we can't. So, and I'm sure we're a threat to them.
That gets me to a question. You said throwing money at it. And so I'm thinking, right, there's two components of food deserts. One is the access, the other is the cost. When families are going to market or participating in CSA with you, what is the cost differential for them? Or at least that in this area, because we know that farmers market prices across the state are very hyper-local within each county. And so what does that look like for your customers?
Well, like I said, we're just going to get it started, so I'm not sure exactly what the difference would be. I wasn't aware of the different prices in farmers markets. I only went to one and it didn't work out for me, but yeah, so I'm not exactly sure how to answer that question. I apologize for that, but
well, I mean, like with the CSA, one vegetable box a week, I'm assuming.
yes.
About a milk crate's worth, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that'll be one box.
And then about how much does that?
3 pounds.
Yeah, 1.5 to 3 pounds is what they'll get every week, and that was $210. Yeah, $15 a week.
Okay, $15 a week.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really reasonable.
Right.
And of course, that's based on what we have
Here, right.
right. Because we'll go through where this week we may have this, and next week we may,
Right.
So,
And the thing was seasonal too, like the strawberries, we'll have those all winter long. Of course, they don't like the heat, so we don't have them right now. Another thing we do is we've got bottles, the 32-ounce bottles. We actually include a bottled out water for your house plants. And it is insane how fast. We've got an aloe plant in the house that's about that tall. It's amazing. Everybody I give them water to has come back with one more water. And so that's just another output of the system, if you're putting in fish, you're putting in feed, and you're putting in seeds. And then all these outputs. You've got all the produce, you've got the fish, you've got the water, you've got the crayfish. The crayfish you don't have to feed at all. They just eat the roots off the bottom of the plants, and you harvest 400 every 90 days. There's a hatchery going down in Newcastle. They're going to provide all the small crayfish. We harvest these back, take the mature ones back to them, and they provide us with new crayfish every 90 days. So that's a win-win for everybody there. And then they sell those crayfish. 30% of those is edible tail meat. And there is actually a gastrolith in the back of their head. These red claw crayfish from Australia, it's the highest form of amorphous calcium on the planet. Is in this little gastrolith in the back of their head. So when they molt, they shed that gastrolith. And Mr. Barber's working with several professors, I believe at Ohio State, and they're coming up with an osteoporosis drug that's going to go into FDA trials. So they're going to, after we get those crayfish back to the hatchery, they're going to extract all those. They figured out that if they put those in salt water, the shells will get soft, and they can actually extract that gastrolith without hurting the crayfish. So, and there's so many things that's happening with this. It's very exciting.
I just want to personally say thank you. I've learned a lot, and thank you for your efforts you're doing with the community. I cannot wait to see what your greenhouse turns into. It looks like it's going to be really huge soon, so I would definitely love to come back and see the growth that you've had. Thank you to all of you who have came to visit, and if no one has any other questions, then that's it. Thank you.